Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. I am here with my opinions mug yet again, and yes, it is dirty because I have been creating a lot. Right now I am cutting up another deck and I want to talk about YouTube and all that applies because yesterday, what deck I am cutting up? This is the original Rider White, and from this to this, borderless. Ta-da! So, of course, I haven't got many yet, but don't worry, I'm not going to keep you here with me throughout whole deck cutting. But I saw yesterday a video by Amy Ravenson. Sorry, I had to look at where she talks about quitting YouTube. And she uploaded this in February, which also shows how much am I behind on watching the things I want to watch and how many things are yet in my to watch soon list. So after the vacation I have been falling behind so hard, but I am slowly trying to catch up with everyone, which is also a topic because everyone, meaning people and channels and topics that interest me, that are vibing with me, so to speak. But back to what Amy talked about. I will link her video down below. I suggest, if you haven't seen it, go look at what she had to say. Not that I'm planning to quit myself, but she made some great valid points that got me thinking about some things. She did some great math, and her reason of quitting was the time she puts into creating videos, including the research she does before, and all the editing the videos. I don't edit, this is not my issue, but she had some really valid points for her point of view. And also she mentioned a few things that I have also noticed on YouTube and have been thinking about, but she is the first person that worded it or said it out loud, so to speak. So, like I said, she did some great math, and her reason was the YouTube change that changed something with the subscribers amount and the revenue thing and everything, that she felt that her time that she puts into the channel is not worth it, as she could do everything else with that time. I didn't start the YouTube channel with goal to create a huge followers base and getting any revenues, because I think this is a drop in the sea. Even if you have a lot of followers or whatever. My reason for the channel making was first getting my English, my speaking English in a level that allows me to express myself better, and also share the things that I have learned, so I wouldn't have to die with all the knowledge I have gathered and haven't even like given anything out from what I've learned. So these were my main reasons to start the channel and keep doing it. The one interesting thing she also mentioned or pointed out that I also have been noticing is the way of some people, how they hype themselves up without maybe having enough content to provide and get a huge follower base with the way they have hyped themselves up. This is not the way I would ever do it, and I have also noticed these channels or people, and while I have learned in my life not to judge anyone, because we are all different, our modus operandi is different, our MO. I watch a lot of criminal mysteries and things, especially winter time. This is somewhat my shadow work thing, that's getting into the human psyche, why those people do it, etc. So I analyze a lot of those things that are out of the box for humans to react, and why everyone's doing it. Main thing that I've learned, many bad things or unacceptable things that people do are for money or personal hole inside them that needs to be filled with them presenting themselves who they are not, and using others to get to the place they want to be, or get to the fame, or get to the money they want. Greed is the main thing, and trying to get the easy way out without having anything, without effort, without doing much, but taking away from others. I just recorded my first pip deck, ACES pip series thing, and talking about time. When I do the tarot lessons in here, it usually takes an hour or hour and a half. Depends how much we reflect on our own life and with the students, because the best way to understand and learn the cards are through our own individual experiences. So we share and we heal either each other or ourselves. We talk about things and we discover new possibilities through one another, and without having to experience things ourselves, we can share them so the other person can get the feeling of it without having to experience it. This brings me to the shamanic theme and the topic I just recently watched, The Wounded Healer. I wanted to make a response to this, but the response would have been more of a historical point of view of how the shamans were not actually wounded by the actual life experiences, because back then, when shamans were a thing and powerful influencers in the community, the healers, they were secluded. They didn't have a place in a community. They lived like hermits outside of the village or outskirts of the village, and their only way to get the knowledge and get the experiences were the spirits, the traveling to the other world. And many of the shamanic cultures in Nordic areas and Siberia, Russia, they had to be undone before they had the right to be the healer. It was called the shamanic illness, I think it's in English. So their wounds came from within. They didn't have the possibility to experience those things in real life. Their wounds came from the other world, the communication with spirits. And one way of being or getting to be a shaman was to die spiritually. They used the psycho I don't know, mushrooms things, but not in every area. There wasn't those things in every area, like let's say the deep winter Lapland and Sami. They didn't have anything that get you high to get there, but they drummed and meditated or ritualed themselves into the state where they actually experienced the death of the person, and then it was put back together. It was taken apart and put back together, which was then called that the shaman is not this person any longer, but he is a representation of the village or the community. And if he could come out of this experience or the illness, they usually felt really bad, physically, everything, and mentally probably. And it was then thought that if they could come out from this experience and healed themselves, then they have an ability to heal others. So I would have just rambled and maybe argued and opinioned within this theme, because for me, the New Age shamans, people these days have to be wounded to be able to understand other people and help other people who are experiencing similar things. Back then, shamans got their information from up there, or however you call it. So you didn't have, or today's world also, you don't have to be experiencing all those things, but what can help you to get to the shamanic state or to be the shaman is when you have experienced the cruciating pain or illness, the coming undone and creating from the ashes in your life. So this makes the shaman in our world right now, because the times have changed and everything, but it still doesn't mean you have to be experiencing everything and have every wound that is possible out there. So gathering the information by talking with other people, listening to their experience, getting or letting it through your system, creating the imaginary wound so you can understand how it feels, and without having to be in the particular situation in yourself, with yourself. So this, then let's turn to the PIP theme, or the teaching and learning. So I also have noticed with the some people that are using others to get into the higher, I don't know, plane, the way. So I don't approve it. I don't judge it, because people are different, MO is different, and yet, since I don't approve it, I distance myself from those people. And since I feel they usually don't have much to give anyways, at least for me, so it's not hard. I'm not feeling I'm missing out, or I don't know, losing anything. And also with some of those people, I have noticed back when I was still watching or following them, that they are not only using other people to gain the higher, I don't know, place, but they are also using other people's ideas and information and present them as their own. And I have heard and seen used someone else's sentence or idea word by word, and never saying where they get it from, and saying as if they are themselves as wise and thought about by themselves. It is okay, of course, because this is an open source, but the dignity is missing from it, and I don't have any respect to the people that don't have personal dignity, or whose MO is below the bar, so to speak. So this is gonna be rambly one. So, and how this got me thinking. Like I said, I don't plan to quit the channel or change anything major with what I'm doing, but it got me thinking that getting my ideas out there, as much as I love to share, I don't have a problem to share with people who really are genuinely learning and interested and are using it for themselves and are evolving using this information and maybe getting their own imaginary wounds to heal and get the experience without having to experience things themselves. So teaching anything in YouTube, for me, compared that I do it here as part-time job, so to speak, and we spend hour or something with someone who actually gains from it, and I get paid from it. So I'm feeling a little bit wary of getting all the information out there for the people that are maybe using it for their personal gain. You know, this is like I would just do everything in here free, but still pay the rent and do the homework and do the pre-work and everything, but I am letting myself go home hungry because of that, figuratively speaking. So this got me thinking about how much I want to put out there and which means to use to do it. I have my homepage almost two, I don't know, not 2 years, but pretty long time ago on the works, but I'm not that good with creating a homepage. But my husband, who is like tech savvy, everything computer, he could do it in a, I don't know, in a week. The thing that I've been creating for a year now. But he said I have to do it myself. So I've been struggling. If I'm really not understanding or getting something done, then I ask for help, and he of course does it, but not too much. He's just threw me in the water to see if I swim out. And so why am I even mentioning the homepage is my main goal is to do many things through there, but I don't have that resource right now. So, and of course I want to do it live more than anything, and I've been doing the teaching sessions one on one because every people is different, and when there's two different people, I've realized, at least around here, people are really reserved and they don't want to put themselves out there as much. So they are not that open when they are in a group. The introduction, the everything we are doing in a group, but later on I am doing everything, the teachings one-on-one, and this is the only way I can focus on the person, on the level they are, and we can choose our own pace to learn. And this is the way that it works for me the best, because people are different, and everything is not standard, and I'm trying not to standardize things. So yeah, got a little bit rambly, but I think I mentioned everything I wanted to say. I am usually holding my mouth shut about those things, and I don't care much, but when something like this comes up and I already get thinking about this, then I just thought that's why I changed the channel name to the My Life and Tarot, because I want to share about my personal understandings and the way of life, so to speak. Of course, Amy also mentioned that she was taking a break from YouTube and realized how much she can get things done compared if she would have to be making videos. And indeed, I don't even put that much time into editing and everything. I'm trying to do it as we go, but even like this, because I also do a lot of research. I just had a ton of hours researching the nudity and the fashion and colors and everything, clothing, in the times or at the times where the tarot was first created. And this is like huge work that I've done, but I'm doing it mostly because it's really interesting for me, and while I'm already at it, I want to share it, because this is the reason I made this channel, to share my experiences and discoveries. So I will be showing the nudity and fashion, colors in clothing and their significance videos soon. I recorded the nudity in tarot, I think 2 weeks ago right now already, I think. But since I found some important additional information while researching the art history and everything to add to this, then I'm going to do a take 2 where there is more information that I found later. So hold on, it is coming soon. What else? I think that is it. I think that is it. I'm not yet sure what am I going to do with the information that I just recently that I talked about, the sharing of the information, the excess or the amount of sharing and the ways to do it. But I think I have quite a lot experience in tarot and cartomancy under my belt, that if I can teach it as a way of income. So putting it out there for the people who are misusing it or using it for their personal income gain, I feel that this is not fair, and I would be fool to do it. So yet do not worry, I'm not going to quit the pip video thing. If you are thinking I would, I will still do it, but I might do it more generally, not so in-depth. I just recorded the first video I mentioned already, I think, and like my usual lessons, it takes an hour to do it, and I try to do it quickly and not to get too much into everything, because it takes time to get everything out there, and sometimes when you're trying to do it quickly you forget something. Also my language barrier, I have to search the words and search the terms and everything, and that's why I prefer to do it like I'm winging it. I'm doing it in a free form, because if I would have to prepare for it and put more time into it, then I would be just putting too much of myself into it. For no reason. But I just recently read from someone, old Greek or ancient Rome scientist or the smart men. I can't quote and I can't even remember who it was, but they said that the best and fastest way for a person to get into material well-being fast is to use others, and so other people's stupidity or naivety is a perfect playground to use for those people who want to live their lives this way. And I do not want to be this fool to give away all I have to those who want to use it not so gloriously is not the word, not so, those who want to use it for the personal gain, not the personal growth. That is the way I want to say it. So I think it's now over. Oh, also, because of that video and because of those thoughts, I yesterday sat down with my YouTube subscribers list. Whom am I subscribing? And first of all, I found out that I have lost some people from there. I have to, because it was like 5 in the morning, I was too tired to investigate it more, but I was like, I haven't unsubscribed from not many people. I have from a few, but not many, and not those that are gone. I have to go see where all those people are. I can't remember all the channel names. I know I was subscribed and I want to keep being subscribed to them, but YouTube has decided that they just unsubscribed me. Also, the bell things have come off from many channels. I just went through everything and added the bells here and there, and it was, I don't want to do it every time they change something, because a while ago someone somewhere mentioned that if YouTube makes the update or change things, then we can lose the subscribers because of YouTube just unsubscribing you from someone so randomly, and we lose people we want to be subscribed to. And it's really hard to later like search or find them again. Let's see for how long this, what I did yesterday, will stand. I would be extra pissed when this tool now comes off when they update or something. So what else? I made some, yeah, I can't remember anything. I made some points so I would not forget to mention, but I think I talked about, I rambled about everything by now. And if you are still here, let me know what you think, if you think anything at all, because yeah, I'm not the person who, when I have to say something, I say it. I'm not pretending that I like something when I don't. I either distance myself at all, or when I'm in a position when I have to say, I say it. And I don't like beating around the bushes and being also politically correct when we just can't be. Sometimes some things must be said, some opinions can be shared, and that doesn't mean you have to agree with me. That doesn't mean I have to agree with you. We are different. We have different standards. So we are differently raised up and everything. Oh, and what I did, I wanted to show you what I then created, because at that time I would have probably done, I don't know, maybe 3 videos, but I opted to craft something. I will show you what I crafted. I made myself a new wand out of the driftwood I found this weekend. I have been trying to, this is a aventurine, the white quartz, clear quartz, the, what is this then? White leather, the raven feather, seagull feather, and this little yellow is a parakeet feather my dear friend sent me, and this is a toe ring. I don't use toe rings. I can't remember why I had this, and this is gold. I didn't want to throw it away, so I put it in here. And also, I don't know how this nut is called in English. So this, created myself a wishing wand with feathers. Then I did this to myself. I've been planning, but I didn't have the vibe to do it, and finally today I did it. Also driftwood and driftwood. So this is going to be a necklace or pendant. I drilled the hole, and there are different symbols of protection, and yeah, and these are all from the Nordic shaman old drawings, drum images, and the rock carvings, and the local also old pagan patterns. And then I did this. I will show you. I have the black tourmaline in it because, and driftwood, and also personal power marks, red leather, black leather, red leather, and yeah, every image has a meaning. And I've done those, they're like totems. I don't think, I don't know how they are called in English. They are called protective, I don't know, some things. I didn't even find the English translation for this, how they are called in here. They are supposed to keep your protective spirits with you, your animal companion, and also the reflects your personal traits from the gains or inner perspective. This is pagan shamanic thing that has been around for since, I don't know, the Bronze Age, and I've been using it for years. Sometimes I just don't feel like using them, and most of the items are usually hidden away and they can't be seen, but I felt that now I am in the level of personal power. I can show I can hang my things out without being worried about being or getting influenced by them, through them. This is the main thing that, main reason that those items are hidden, because if you can't protect yourself and your personal powers, then they can be used and drained. So I feel now that I am powerful enough that I can protect myself and not be afraid of anyone getting in to get anything from me. So yeah, those interesting things happening is all. And let's clear the air. Just clear the air from everything that has been spoken. It's now out there, gone, said, and don't have to worry about that anymore. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, I promise this is it. I don't think I have anything else. I already said this twice, but third time is the charm, and okay, I will let you go now, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate everyone that has been on this journey with me, and yeah, the friends I have found through this, the experiences I have gathered on this journey, and the possibility that this YouTube, you of Tube, is offering to me to get my experiences out there, and maybe helping someone to understand better something, and of course learning myself from others' experiences, and listening to people talk about their spiritual journey is really interesting, and how they are using tarot to evolve on their journey. I have learned from those people a lot, and I just hope I can be somewhat like them and give something to at least a few people myself. I am still not going because I just remembered this is a quick teaser. I talked with Jennifer Ball, chatted with her, and I realized that so many people doesn't understand or even comprehend why are all pagan people using church items. Like I have been talking about using the holy water, the church candles, things, because the church is bad and everything is tainted from there, and etc. I will talk about this in the future, in the near future. I just got my holy water supply filled for quite a while, and I'm talking about how the church has been using pagans, and how we can now take our powers back using their items, which are actually our items from before they came. So it doesn't change their power, the power of the items, just because they have different names. So I am not going to do this video today because it's 5:20 a.m. and I have been hella long day in here, so I will go home to sleep. I will leave that and return tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I will show you a few I'm showing how they are looking. They are looking like that. These are on. This is the result that will be soon, but today I'm too tired and I have no OCD of leaving things as they. I'm going to cut this one. I don't like leave things this much hanging. But yeah, I talked so much. I think I covered everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. If you like what you hear or see, leave a like, leave a comment or everything, and if you don't like, leave the unlike or the thumbs down thing, because we have a right to vote. Or if you don't agree with me, leave a comment, and I always love a valid points and criticism. This is like not trolling for me, but if you are going to attack me personally, you don't like my, I don't know, hair or nose, then yeah, this is not like valid point. And I have been in a online gaming system for a while back a few years back. Intensive bullying and I've seen a lot, so you can't just offend me with trying to say those things to me. So if you have valid points, good, we can talk, but yeah, otherwise criticism is thing that can get things going, but the criticism has to be creative, or I even forgot this now in my language. Talking about language, I'm still here, yeah. Also, the thing that I realized, many people think that my language or my country is basically Slavic, but it's totally not. And when I will talk about those holy things and things, I will speak to you in Russian, in Finnish, and in my language, so you can hear yourself how much they are different or where they are similar. So there's nothing Slavic in our culture at all. It was later applied, and it's still not part of the culture. We just know the language, we have those people living here, they are our neighbors, and country wise, and of course here as well, but the type of person and the cultural background is absolutely different. Although I really admire the old Russian knowledgeable and magic filled way of life, but it is almost completely destroyed by the USSR coming and all the revolution they had. They just wiped the old smart culture clean, which is awful, I think, but there's still something left here and there, and something is, you really have to be selective with the information you are getting. Like, you have to think what you believe, and take everything with, maybe it's not whole truth, but interesting thing. But different cultures, different languages, they look different, they sound totally different, but I am going to show you and tell you about that too, because it's still part of our culture. So yeah, now I'm going. Thank you for watching and bye.